Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Team Building with Ryan. Today we're on team building episode number 4, Killer Kecleon episode number 3. So what does that mean? Well, that means that we're going to be doing calculations today to see if we can handle the top 12 threats in the Special Battle Rules, aka VGC. So before we get started, those top 12 are Garchomp, Kangaskhan, Talonflame, Rotom, Aegislash, Salamence, Gardevoir, Tyranitar, Amoonguss, Mawile, Charizard, and Rotom. The first Rotom is Rotom Wash, the last Rotom is Rotom Heat. So that's a very wide array of Pokemon, and each of them can do something totally different than the last. I mean, you've got Talonflame with the priority flying, you've got Kangaskhan who megas and hits you twice. Then you've got Garchomp who can be defensive, can be physically attacking, all these kinds of crazy things. Out of all of them, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different Pokemon that can Mega Evolve, which is kind of crazy. And Charizard can Mega Evolve to two different kinds of Charizard. So there's a lot here to cover, and we're gonna get right to it. And how we're gonna do this is we're gonna go through the Pokemon that we think is the best. So I'm gonna input Garchomp right here. And now when you're doing calculations, you want to make sure that since it's going to be at level 50, you want to make it at level 50. Now, for the most part, it's not going to be that big of a difference, but sometimes it turns like a 50% chance to hit KO to a 2-hit KO. So it's just important to know that. And if you're doing doubles, hit that doubles. All right, hit it. So first, we're gonna take a look at Chestnut and see how well it can handle Garchomp. Now, this Garchomp is running because it's on the Showdown calculator. This one is running Outrage and Stone Edge, so we're gonna have to change that because most of them don't actually run that, so we're gonna have to change it. And of course, the usage sets that they give you aren't really usually the best sets that they give you. It's usually pretty bland, so you're gonna have to input the sets that you think are gonna be the most important. So we're gonna input this. You can't see it, but we're gonna input it. Wow, really? It's impressive. So Outrage from a Garchomp is a guaranteed 3-hit KO after leftovers, which we don't run. We run Expert Belt. So Outrage is a 26.2% chance in doubles to 2-hit KO us. That's kind of crazy. That is really crazy. Woodhammer, on the other hand, is a guaranteed 2-hit KO. Now, you gotta understand that Woodhammer does have recoil, so that kind of doesn't really work in our favor. So I'm gonna look at Seed Bomb and see if Seed Bomb is the same. It's not the same. So, well, okay. So here's the thing. Outrage is very rarely run on Garchomp, and even then you don't select the Pokemon that you use. So being 2-hit KO'd by Outrage, its strongest attack, well, let's make it Adamant. Let's see. Adamant still isn't a guaranteed 2-hit KO, so that's kind of crazy. It's also Choice Scarf. Maybe if we make it Life Orb. Just want to see how strong we can do this. And granted, we also have, okay, Life Orb is a guaranteed 2-hit KO, but remember that in doubles, moves like Outrage, I think it's Petal Dance or Petal Storm, basically the moves that are 2 to 3 turns and cause confusion at the end, those you don't get to choose who you attack. You do the move on yourself and it randomly chooses from your opponent. So it may be a 2-hit KO, but that doesn't mean we're going to get it, and it's a 50% chance that it would get us. So you have to factor that also in, and you also have to factor in that most people don't run Outrage. So its Earthquake is well, I'd say maybe its Dragon Claw is probably its strongest attack against us, and that's a 1.2% chance to 2-hit KO. So, and Seed Bomb is a guaranteed 3-hit KO, so Hammer Arm has a 1.2% chance to KO. So you can take the hits, and with a combination of Spiky Shield and Leech Seed, you should be able to handle it pretty well. But that's not, a very solid move. So we're going to go for a Zoomeril right here. Alright, it's going to have 248 HP and 8 special defense. It's going to be level 50 because that's the way to go. And looking at that, you know, we're still in doubles. Earthquake does around 52. It's a guaranteed 2-hit KO on Azumarill. However, Play Rough is a guaranteed 1-hit KO. And Stone Edge, while Garchomps do tend to run Rock Slide, is good to use, you know, the strongest moves, just to know. Rock Slide would definitely do a lot less than this. Stone Edge is an 88.7% chance. I'm going to throw in Rock Slide just to show you how little that will actually do. Rock Slide goes from an 80% chance to a KO to a guaranteed 4-hit KO. That's how much Rock Slide and Earthquake in doubles tend to be nerfed. So Azumarill is actually a pretty solid check to Garchomp. You can't really come in on anything, but there's not a lot of switching in VGC. So I think we can safely say that Garchomp is handled. I mean, we do have Murkrow, who has Feather Dance and stuff like that. So Garchomp's pretty easily handled. Let's bring back the Chestnut, because next up is Kangaskhan, and we're going to want to see if we can actually handle this. Why did you not change? I typed in 50 and it didn't change. So Mega Kangaskhan. Alright, so let's just assume Mega Kangaskhan is max attack with Adamant, Parental Bond. He's already Mega'd. We're gonna, you know, add in our 144 attack, our 4 defense, which seems a little too little, but I think that might be more than enough. 108, and we're gonna be Brave, right? We're also gonna be running Expert Belt, so wow, that is really cool. Alright, so here's the thing. Hammer Arm from Chestnut Expert Belt is a 6.3 chance to 1-hit KO. So the person that made up this set was kind of lying a little bit. I want to see if we can potentially get it to be a guaranteed 1-hit KO. So I'm going to type in 200 here. 200 still isn't enough. I don't really want to do 252. 252 still isn't enough. So we're gonna stick with 144. Now, oh my god, why can't I get 144? Why is this so stupid? 144. Okay. No, I want 144. 144. Thank you. Okay. So it's not a guaranteed KO, which the person said it was, but it's not. It's actually most likely a 2-hit KO. Now, how much does Spiky Shield do? I think Spiky Shield does 1/6 or 1/16 rather. Let's find out. Spiky Shield move. Spiky Shield does 1/8 of the maximum HP. So 1/8 of 1/8. Here, let me figure this out. 252 HP on Mega Kangaskhan gives it to 212. So 212 times 0.8. Alright, that's 1/8. I'm really bad at math, and I do apologize for that. So, no, let's see. 212 times... Oh, I didn't save it. Okay. 1 divided by 8 times 212 equals 212 minus 26.5. 212 minus 26.5 is 185, let's just say. 185, alright? So 185, that didn't change anything. Okay. Whatever. That literally changed nothing. I don't know why they have that option if it does nothing. Alright, whatever. So I think with the combination of Spiky Shield, Leech Seed, and Hammer Arm, we'll be able to handle this Kangaskhan. And we don't really have many other options against it. I'm going to check out our Magnezone against it, see how well Magnezone can handle this Kangaskhan. I don't think it can. It might be able to. Magnezone. What? Magnezone. Okay. We're going to be running, what, 176? Oops, 176. And then 80, 80, 80, just straight up 80. It's going to be relaxed. And there's not going to be any special defense. And we're going to be running choice specs. Okay, so flash cannon, hidden power, fire. Okay. Oh, we're at level 100. Oops. So, Mega Kangaskhan running Earthquake is a 2-hit KO. And Thunderbolt is an 84% chance to 2-hit KO, so it's not really a good counter. But I think with good timing and stuff like that, you know, like, we have priority here, we have priority here. We have, you know, Feather Dance, Taunt, Quash, and stuff like that. I think we can handle Kangaskhan to a good extent. Talonflame is the next Pokemon, so it's going to be going against this, Talon. It's going to be going against this Magnezone. That is definitely the best bet. Choice Band, 252 attack, Jolly, is a 31% chance to 1-hit KO. Now let's see if Adamant changes that. Adamant is a Oh, wow, even Adamant Choice Band is only it's an 87% chance, so it's going to be hitting us pretty hard with Flare Blitz. But no matter what, Thunderbolt, even Volt Switch, is a guaranteed 1-hit KO. So, he can't Brave Bird us. If he wants to Brave Bird us, it's not going to do very much. U-Turn's not going to do very much. Flare Blitz is the only thing that he has, and he basically has to be Adamant, Positive Nature, 252, Choice Band to pretty much almost guarantee that 1-hit KO, even though at that stage it's only 87%. So that's really awesome. Now I'm going to also check out for Azumarill, because that's another thing that we can use here. And then we're going to make you level 50, because if anything, we could always... Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. He only does 84% with Brave Bird. So, and Waterfall is a guaranteed 1-hit KO. So, that's great. That's great. We don't have to worry too much about, what's this face? Talonflame. So, Rotom Wash is next. Now, Rotom Wash is definitely something that's going to be a problem. Rotom W. Alright, so we're just going to go with standard spreads for right now, just because it's going to be the easiest thing to handle. Obviously, a Play Rough is not going to be able to 1-hit KO from Azumarill, and Volt Switch is going to be it's not going to be a guaranteed 2-hit KO. That's pretty interesting. But you know what? I'm going to put Thunderbolt in here instead, just because that's its strongest move. Thunderbolt. How long have we been going? 13 minutes. Oh goodness. We might not be able to get all the Pokemon down, but we'll at least get a good guess. Yeah, Thunderbolt's a guaranteed 2-hit KO. I thought so. Let's go for Magnezone. Magnezone's definitely going to be a pretty good option here, I think. 252, 176 defense, 176. I wish there was a way to just like kind of compare your Pokemon to everything. 80. We are going to be, well, we're going to be relaxed. Not that that's going to really help us against Rotom Wash. And we are going to be... No, not ability. Choice Specs. Choice Specs. And we're still level 100, of course. So... Wow, okay. That's good to know. Basically, Hydro Pump from Rotom is only going to be a guaranteed 3-hit KO. Thunderbolt from us is a 1.2% chance to 2-hit KO, so Rotom Wash is going to be a problem. It gets Burn. Chestnut might be able to handle it, but it's going to outspeed us and burn us. So, you know what, let's try Chestnut, and then we'll move on. Chestnut might be a problem. I'm gonna say that right now. Chestnut's probably going to be a... Chestnut. Rotom Wash is probably going to be a problem. But we'll obviously have to figure that out in a second. I wonder if this 108 special defense is going to be coming in useful here. And we are Brave, right, with Expert Belt. Hammer Arm. So Hammer Arm is guaranteed 1-hit KO. Hydro Pump and Thunderbolt don't do nearly enough. Now let's see if we're burned, how much we do. It's a guaranteed 2-hit KO after Leftovers recovery. Oh, against the Rotom. And considering it can only, its highest is a guaranteed 4-hit KO after burn. Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good Rotom wash counter right there. That's awesome. So let's look at the rest. We've got Aegislash. Aegislash is always the most difficult Pokemon to handle. However, I think Magnezone is pretty much the only one we have that will guarantee a takeout because of Magnet Pull, of course. So 176 defense. Now, I don't like how the calculator does Aegislash. Oops. I don't know what I just did. What did I just do? I just changed the base defense. It's 115. Oopsie. That was almost pretty bad. We are going to be relaxed, and we are going to be choice specs. Alright, so let's get Aegislash. Let's get Blade in here first to see how well we can take an Adamant Sacred Sword. We can take it pretty well. It's a 2-hit KO, while the Thunderbolt is a 1-hit KO. Granted, if Aegislash is slower than us, it won't work, but we are 0 negative speed, so even if he is 0 negative speed, I don't think he can outspeed us. Where's Brave? No, it's a speed tie. Wow, okay. So we speed tie with Aegislash. If we can get it before we can take it out. Now I'm gonna change this thing to quiet. And I'm gonna give it Shadow Ball. I know Flash Cannon's not gonna do very much because it's quad resisted, so I'm gonna go Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is 6.3 chance to 2-hit KO. Wow! Thunderbolt does more damage than HP Fire, so Thunderbolt's obviously our best bet. Let's see Aegislash Shield form. 252 HP, that's all we need to know. Still at level 100, that's annoying. So our Thunderbolt is a 3-hit KO on Shield form, so I think that's a pretty solid check. It can't do any damage to us back. It's a 2-hit KO to us in Blade form, so it has to basically play Shield Blade, and by that time we could probably take it out. So that's pretty good. It's almost 20 minutes, so I think Salamence is probably going to be pretty much easily covered by a combination of our Pokemon. It's going to be hard if it's Choice Scarf, but we do have Quash, so there's always that. Gardevoir is going to be also pretty decently hard, but we do have Magnezone, who resists pretty much everything but Flash Cannon. Tyranitar is probably going to be handled pretty much by Chestnut on the physical versions. Special versions are probably going to be handled by Azumarill. Amoonguss, we've got Chandelure, and Taunt for Murkrow. That's really about it. Mawile is going to be pretty difficult. Magnezone has Hidden Power Fire. It's not going to be a 1-hit KO, but we trap it, so we can do a lot of damage to it. Charizard, we've got Azumarill, but the Sun's going to be a problem, so I think Charizard's going to be a problem. That's pretty much guaranteed. If we can get a Shadow Ball off and Trick Room, I think a combination of, multiple priority and stuff like that, we'll be able to handle it. It'll be a case-by-case basis. I'm sure we'll find one in the testing phase. And Rotom Heat is actually going to be pretty hard. We don't have anything really to hit it hard. So during the testing phase, we're going to actually have to, keep an eye out for Pokemon such as Salamence, Charizard, Rotom, Mawile, maybe Gardevoir, but not so much. These are the Pokemon that are going to give us the biggest problems. With the double weakness to fire and the fact that Charizard does have quite a lot of move options, it's going to be very difficult to counter him, but we have a lot of options to try and counter him, so we'll work on it. And that's all I got for you guys today. That's basically what we do. We run calcs to see if we can handle it. A lot of threats we can sort of handle with proper play, so that's kind of how it's going to be. And we'll work through it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you at the next episode. Peace.